The Soviet Turbojet Train. During the absolute height of the Cold War, Soviet engineers wanted to completely revolutionize high-speed rail travel by using radical aviation technology. Instead of using a traditional locomotive engine, they attached two massive Yak-40 jet turbine engines directly onto the roof of a standard passenger train car. This aerodynamic silver beast was known as the SVL, and it was designed to reach unbelievable velocities of over 250 kilometers per hour. The massive roaring jet engines blasted an ocean of fire and smoke into the air as the train literally flew down the steel tracks. The Soviet leadership believed this technology would connect the remote corners of their massive empire in record time. However, the project had massive fatal flaws because the roaring jet engines consumed an astronomical amount of fuel, making the operation completely expensive. Furthermore, the extreme noise and heavy vibrations generated by the turbines threatened to destroy the surrounding railway infrastructure and shattered windows in nearby towns, forcing officials to permanently cancel the program after only one functional prototype was tested on the lines: the Nazi Breitspurbahn super train. This was a colossal mega project envisioned by Adolf Hitler to build a monstrous railway network across conquered European territories. Unlike standard trains that operate on normal narrow tracks, this mechanical mountain was designed to run on a massive 4-meter-wide double-track system, which was over twice the size of conventional railways. The proposed locomotives were absolutely gigantic, standing over 7 meters tall and measuring nearly 40 meters in length. These massive trains were engineered to have 2 full floors containing luxury passenger cabins, spacious restaurants, swimming pools, and moving anti-aircraft gun platforms to defend the convoy from Allied bomber airplanes. Hitler wanted these rolling fortresses to transport thousands of workers and heavy military equipment across the continent at high speeds, but the project required an impossible amount of steel and labor resources that the German war machine simply could not afford during the chaos of World War II. The entire super train network was permanently canceled before a single real locomotive could be completed, leaving only detailed blueprints. The Schwerer Gustav. This was the largest and most terrifying railway artillery gun ever constructed in human history, designed by Krupp engineers for the Nazi military. This mechanical behemoth weighed an astronomical 1,350 metric tons and required a specially engineered dual set of railway tracks just to move forward. The colossal barrel stretched over 30 meters in length and was capable of firing massive 7-ton concrete-piercing shells across a distance of nearly 47 kilometers. The logistics to operate this monster were absolutely insane, requiring an entire army of over 2,000 soldiers just to assemble the weapon, lay the tracks, and protect the site from air attacks. It was used during the brutal siege of Sevastopol, where it completely obliterated underground ammunition bunkers buried deep beneath solid rock. However, its massive tactical size made it completely vulnerable to enemy bombers, and the constant wear on the giant barrel required it to be replaced after firing only 48 total operational rounds. The American Black Beetle jet train. Officially designated as the M-497, this was a radical experimental high-speed locomotive built by the New York Central Railroad in the late 1960s. Desperate to compete with the rising popularity of commercial airliners, engineers decided to bolt 2 massive General Electric turbojet engines taken from a B-36 military bomber directly onto the roof of a standard passenger car. They modified the front of the train with a bizarre black aerodynamic nose cone, making it look like a futuristic mechanical insect. During its initial secret speed tests on the public tracks of Indiana, this roaring jet train shattered records by reaching an astonishing velocity of over 295 kilometers per hour. However, the extreme mechanical stress on the wheels and the massive public safety hazards of blasting jet exhaust at civilian railway stations forced the company to permanently scrap the project after just 1 month of intense field testing. These monstrous experimental trains and massive railway weapons remain chilling historical examples of how intense conflict can warp civilian infrastructure into terrifying machines of absolute speed and global destruction.